Well, hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Maxspeedtv. As tonight we are here in the OP Racing Super Speedway Series as they run the Daytona 2007 track. It's the bad, bumpy mamma jamma all over this place. These cars are going to be bouncing around. These drivers are going to have their elbows up, and we are going to be right here bringing you all the great racing action that is going to be happening tonight. Thank you oh so much for joining us here on Maxspeedtv. My name is AR Solvis, and I hope you are as excited as I am for some great super speedway action here tonight. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by the Ohio IndyCar League. Check them out on Facebook at Ohio IndyCar League. They would love to hear from you. They had a wonderful race last Saturday night. They run one race a month, usually about the first to second weekend Saturday of the month. So make sure you join those guys and hit them up. They run the IR18 fixed setup. Oh man, we just had a spectacular race at Phoenix. If you missed that broadcast, you can find it on Maxspeedtv with the YouTube, whatever. But yeah, make sure you check them out. Also, guys, the OP Racing Super Speedway Series has a feeder series. We would love to have you run on Wednesday nights in the trucks. You can find that underneath the iRacing League tab. Gotta run a few races there and then get invited into the Big Boy Series here on Monday nights to be broadcasted. You'll get a 3-race trial, and then after that, your evaluation is essentially complete. You either get sent home or you can join us, one of the two. Or three, you know, I guess they could send you back down. But yeah, make sure you join the OP Racing Super Speedway Feeder Series underneath the iRacing League tabs. But tonight, our speed charts look something like this. The rookie Mark Mann just received official status to be here on a Monday night. Horace Sparks as well as a newcomer here. Those two topping our speed charts for the moment. A little bit quicker lap time by those two than anyone else. Coming up next will be qualifying, and then next Monday, it is March 11th. That didn't get updated. So Tuesday, March 12th at 7:50, that's tomorrow, 7:50 p.m. Central, Racing for a Cause Clothing Truck Series will be doing the Responsive Parenting 80, presented by Evidence-Based Mommy at Texas. That will be tomorrow, so make sure you join in for that as well. Final 10 seconds of practice here. A lot of these drivers are getting in their final few laps. Right now, the 17 of Tristan Walker. Christian running a new paint scheme as a checkered flag flies on this session. All right, time to kick it off into qualifying. This is single car qualifying, so we will try and bring you all the cars as they get up to speed. That is a 16 machine of Force Sparks, newcomer to the OP Racing Super Speedway Series. Made quite an impressive drive last week as he ended up 3 laps down, found a way to finish third back on the lead lap. He did a great job with a no quit, never give up attitude. That 16 machine is going to be one to watch here tonight. See if he can pull off another great run like he had. Also out on track is the 7 of Josh Milam. Milam, first one on the clock here. He's going to run that high side for his out lap and his second lap. Or it looks like You know what? Maybe I shouldn't say what he's going to do because he dropped right down to the bottom as soon as I said that. The 4, Rick Seabrins. I talked to Rick right before the race kicked off. He said that he is in must-win territory to make the chase. As we show our point standings here, you can see Rick Seabrins all the way down in 14th, 153 points behind Jacob Sayers, but he does not have a win on the season. He is not locked in yet. Cody Eldred, the only repeat winner we've had so far this year, or this season, sitting in 12th place. Jacob Sayers, Aspen Belvin, they are leading the points here in a very close battle. 5 points separate those two. And now some lap times starting to click off and roll in. And Josh Milam in the 7 right now on pole with a 50.466. Jacob Sayers in the 39 machine. He is right behind him. Sayers running an Airborne Graphics paint scheme. All right, so with these times rolling in, right now we got Mark Mann in the 04. He is shutting it down. Picked up his first race win in his first race with the OP Racing Super Speedway Series. A 04 machine on second place for the moment, as the 3 of Robert Payne gonna jump to the top of the charts here. Scott Bellum in the 07. He is going to move up into second place. He is shutting that machine down. Cody over in the 8. He is getting up to speed. And Cody's going to drag the wall a little bit there. Trying to, I guess, scrub some of the paint off, make the car a little bit lighter. And the 62 of Les Levy, unfortunately, he did have a new paint scheme, but it is not loaded up into trading paints, and he is pretty upset about it. It was going to be a beautiful shake and bake, as it helped bring awareness to those who are challenged to go really fast. I want to go fast. In 95 of James Mayer, he is out on track as well. Getting this machine up to speed here. Really hugging that high side here. Mayer's going to be someone to keep an eye on. He makes very good moves. He can keep that car clean. He'll find a way to the front. A little bit of bad luck been plaguing him here last week, and we'll see if that 95 can outkick that curse. Right now he is posted in 13th place. Rick Seabrins in the 4 machine is on top of the speed chart for now with a 50.043. We'll follow James Mayer here. Down the backstretch into turn number 3 he goes. James off of turn 4, ducking through the trioval here. He is one of the only cars out on track for the moment, and across the line he goes. And he is going to go from 14th to 6th. You guys, as we like to do here on Maxspeedtv, we are going to step away and play the national anthem. No one go anywhere. We'll be right back with our starting lineup and tonight's spectacular 100-lap event. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we are here at Daytona. Drivers are starting to take to the grid, and that can only mean it is time to go to our starting lineup for tonight's race. Please come join me, sit on down, grab a beverage of choice, and let's get started. On row number 1 will be the 4 of Rick Seabrans and the 62 of Les Levy. Row 2 will be the 07 of Scott Bellum and the 51 of Travis Elliott. Row 3 will be the 3 of Robert Payne and the 04 of Mark Mann. Row 4 will be the 95 of James Mayer and the 7 of Josh Milam. Row 5 will be the 184 of Lynn McNeese, and on his outside will be the 39 of Jacob "Got 'em" Sayers. Row 6 will be the 15 of Alex Green and the 16 of Forrest Sparks. Row 7 will be the 8 of Cody Ober and the 84 of Aspen Belvin. Row 8 will be the 17 of Tristan Walker and the 23 of newcomer Gary Champion. Row 9 will be the 14 of Cody Eldred and the 1 of Mark Vega, earning a starting spot, but he is going to step away from running here tonight, and we thank his services as race control. Row 10 will be the 11 of Chase Berry and the 82 of Daniel Harrington, and that is going to make up our starting lineup for tonight's race right here at the 2007 Daytona International Speedway. Drivers pulling out here. We have a 20 car field for tonight's event. Drivers will be experiencing the rough and tumble track that is this 2007 Daytona. So they are going to have to work that steering wheel all night long. Our race analysis for tonight, we will be doing a 100 laps for 250 miles. Tire window right around 50 laps. Fuel window is 20 to 21 laps with a pit road speed of 55 miles an hour. There are several stages here tonight, 3 to be exact. Stage 1 will end on lap 25 when they cross the start finish line at lap 25. If we are not under yellow, the yellow will come out immediately, thrown by race control. Same with lap 50. That will be the end of stage 2. And then it is a 50 lap dash to the end of this race. So here we go. Get that forward, but staying out of our way. Rick Seaburns wants to get on the throttle. Les Levy wants to follow suit. Here we go. We are underway for tonight's race as Rick Seaburns and Scott Bellum in the 07 get a great jump down on the inside there. That outside lane just did not get rolling, and they are really playing catch up as James Mayer in the 95 going to make a jump to the outside. So Rick Seaburns holding on to the lead through 1 and 2 as they get up to speed. Mayer in the 95 with a great run down the backstretch. He's going to try and challenge. One of these guys is going to lead this opening lap. Which one is it going to be? Into 3 and 4. Seaburns side by side with Mayer. Scott Bellum in the 07. Les Levy in the 62 making up that second row. Here they come through the tri-oval. Seaburns by a nose, but Mayer is going to get a great run. And it is going to be James Mayer leading the first lap. Mark Mann in that 04 machine. As we go on aboard with him. Looking right at the 184 of Lynn McNeese. You can see just how bumpy this track is as they go through the corners here. Through the tri-oval once again, Seaburns leading that lap. These drivers battling not only the track, but each other here tonight. A lot of room being given for the moment as they are all wanting to log some laps and make sure that they don't get too close to each other because they know these cars are going to start jumping out on this track. It is one that really makes you drive it. Probably my favorite super speedway on this service because you don't just go in and turn the wheel gently. You go in and you fight that wheel throughout the entire corner. Another lap down as we are now on lap 4 of 100, but lap 25 is when stage 1 is going to end. Check in on another rookie of ours, the 16 of Forrest Sparks. Forrest looking to pick up a win here. Having a much better start this week than he did last week. Last week he ended up 3 laps down in a hurry. And right now he is currently in 9th place. Sitting on the inside here is the 04 and 7 getting very close there. Scott Bellum in the 07 machine. pushing for all he is worth on Rick Sebrins in the 4. That 07 machine looking very smooth, very steady for the moment. Right now, he is running right where he started, tucked in right behind the 4 Sebrins. Lynn McNeese in the 184 though, he is right behind them. We've missed Lynn here in the last few laps. Last time we saw him, he was running an advanced auto parts paint scheme. Here tonight, he is running a Bad Boys paint scheme, and that 184 machine looking very, very sharp. Down this long Daytona backstretch, you see that outside lane getting another run through him. Meanwhile, at the back, Cody Ober and Robert Payne, they're 16 seconds, almost 17 seconds off the pace. And for the moment, they are sitting there comfortably away from anything that could happen as far as the big one. But Robert Payne in front in the 3 of Cody Ober in the 8. They look content to just ride around, but they are definitely a lot slower. Their lap times, well, I'll tell you, maybe they aren't necessarily slower, but they are losing some time as a 2-car group versus the rest of the field, who is running in this big pack here. Once again, down through the trial will they go with Sebrins and Meyer still out front. Talked about it just for a little bit, but that 4 machine, very smooth driver, very cool cat behind the wheel there. He's got ice through his veins. But that 4 machine does not have a chase berth just yet, and he is in must-win territory now. So be watching that 4 machine. He is going to be doing all he can to pull off a win here tonight. He's got 4 more chances before the chase starts. He is going to be a stout contender for sure. Down this back stretch they go once again. Another trip down this Daytona backstretch. Another time to sail it off into turn number 3. And you see these drivers working that outer lane here. They really get a good run off of the corner and down the straightaway, especially the back straight. But that inside lane is just so strong through the corners. It is really tough to know where to be on this track. And a lot of it has to do with who is helping behind you and how hard they are pushing. It looks like nobody is really pushing very hard right now. Everyone trying to get as much air to the nose of that thing as they can, as the 95 of Mayer is going to drop down in front of Sebrins to put Mayer as the lead car on the inside line. But Mayer and Sebrins have teamed up. Sebrins has led 5 laps, Mayer 4, and now it is going to be an even 5 across the board as Sebrins is going to make a move to the outside here. Sebrins wants to stay out front. He wants to be that lead control here tonight. Off into turn number 3, side by side still. A lot of drivers here doing this side by side stuff. They'll try and side draft through the corner, but not so much at this bumpy Daytona. And that takes, well, a little bit more nerve than I got, that's for sure. As we go on board with the 82 of Daniel Harrington. Ooh, a little bit of contact there. Looks like the caution is going to come out. Lynn McNeese getting involved in it. Scott Bellum in the 07 going around. Chase Berry in the 11 able to miss it. We're going to back this up, go to our Maxspeedtv replay. See the 15, 07, the 184, the 14, all those guys getting a little piece of the action there. We go on board with Lynn McNeese as he goes for a ride. You see Cody Eldred in the 14, spinning out of the way. Jacob Sayers in the 39, finding a way through that. Scott Bellum just clipping the 14 there. Our first caution flag is flying here on lap 13 of 100. Do expect to see everyone coming down pit road this time. Might see a few try and stay out and stretch it. But Les Levy in the 62 leads a majority of the drivers onto pit road. Daniel Harrington looks like he is going to be the only one staying out. Rick Sebren's in the 4 into his pit box. And Sebren's with a great pit stop. Coming out second. Thought maybe he was going to beat Les Levy out of the box, but no, Les was able to get a good run. That 62 holding on to the top spot. Well, at least for the moment, but that 82 of Daniel Harrington, he's going to stay out on track. Did not come down pit road. So guys, we're going to step away, play a little commercial break. We'll be right back after this. Hi guys, welcome back to Max Speed TV, as we are going to see if we can't get a word in with our race leader. That is the driver of the 82 machine, Daniel Harrington. Daniel, you got your ears on, bud?
I do. How's it going?
It's going just fine. That 82 machine not coming down pit road this time. You got enough fuel to make it to the end of stage one?
Should just.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's cutting it close, and then there's cutting it close. So good luck to you. Tell us a little bit about the racing out there so far.
The setup's been adjusted a little bit, or maybe it's the tires were adjusted, but it feels a lot bumpier than it usually does. But like I've said before, this is one of my favorite tracks, so I'm handling it.
Well, that 82 machine out front for now. What's it going to take by you on this restart to stay in front?
Just going to try and be as smooth as possible on a very bumpy track.
All right, man. Well, before we let you go, any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Just a mention of the sponsor on the car. Check out the view from the 82 at twitch.tv/DemonTech82.
Demon Tech 82. There you go, man. Well, Dan Harrington and the 82 machine out front for now. We'll see how this plays out. Not coming down pit road. Looks like he wanted some track position. He's got it. He is the lead control car now. Field forming up as the lights have gone out on the pace car. Les Levy in the 62 machine. Gonna restart on the outside row one. Row two for this restart will be Rick Seabrans and the 95 of James Mayer. That 82 got a little bit of a crinkle on his nose there as it hit that banking. You can see some damage there. We'll ride on aboard for the restart here. Looking out the back at all these hungry drivers. Here we go. Green flag is out and we are back underway. Rick Seabrans in the 4, pushing that 82 machine to the front. Clearing Les Levy, and Rick Seabrans is gonna move to the outside here. But Rick not quite got the momentum just yet, and now he does. Down the backstretch he goes. And Rick and Les Levy are gonna clear the 82. But not drop down as a pair. They do. Very close there. So move Rick and Les Levy into first and second. The Demon Tech 82 on twitch.tv. That is going to fall through the order here. It is now the third car on the inside line. But Rick Seabrans back out front. But here comes James Mayer in the 95 with some help from the lone FSR driver, and that is Josh Milam. Milam pushing the 95 of Mayer. Down the front stretch into the tri-oval. Side-by-side racing as they will be doing all night long. We're getting very close to the end of stage number 1 here. We're on lap 19. The caution flag will fly on lap 25 when they cross the start-finish line. blocking the field in their positions. Down this Daytona backstretch they head. Or I'm sorry, now we're on the front stretch. Oh man. I'll tell you what, getting confused here tonight. Mayer in the 95 for the moment has led the most laps at 7 laps led, followed by Seabrans with 6 laps, then Harrington 4, and Les Levy has managed to lead 1 lap as well. Les Levy in the 62 pushing on that 4 machine. Les down through the tri-oval, not wanting to get onto that yellow line or below it. Here at this bumpy Daytona, or any Daytona or Talladega, you touch that apron through the tri-oval, it really upsets your car, and you end up having a bad day. Do want to point out the 14 of Cody Eldred did not use a fast repair while he was in his pit stall. That car is heavily torn up. He is doing all he can to save that fast repair for a later stage. May end up using it to make it in the start of stage 2. With as slow as that 14 is, but he's got to hold on for the moment. Just a few more laps, the caution will fly. Does not look like he is in danger of going a lap down, but not knowing how hot that engine is running, what kind of stress load is on the engine, should be able to make it to the end of this stage. But out front, it is Rick Seabrans and James Mayer. Oh, and Les Levy, big wiggle through the corner there. Down through the tri-oval they go. Scott Bellum in the 07 had to take a fast repair on his car. He is trying to come through the field. He has got the 04 of Mark Mann on his outside for now. Mark Mann got some damage on his right front. But Mark able to hang in that draft right there. Doing a great job here tonight. See if Mark can capture another win in this series. But Josh Milam in the 7 moving his way through the field here. He is going to lead that lap. And Josh Milam now on the final lap of the stage has made his way to the front. We'll see how this is going to play out. Does Daniel Harrington, all the way back in 8th place, have enough fuel now? He did not pit. Harrington on that outside lane, 4th car in that outside lane. And Milam looking to have the advantage for the moment as they are coming down. 3 wide to the end of the stage, and Josh Milam's gonna win it. Travis Elliott in the 51 had a great run as he was trying the 3rd lane. But Josh Milam in the 7, your stage 1 winner. So while these guys get lined up and get ready for pit stops, we're going to step away for a quick second. and we'll be right back to talk to our stage 1 winner. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the drivers are coming down pit road. Josh Meidlum leading the charge in that 7 machine. He is the first one to hit pit road. We should see all the drivers on pit road this time. They're going to have a long haul to the end of stage number 2. That will be on lap 50. Meidlum into his pit stall cleanly. Rick Seabrans into his lane. Travis Elliott as well. 17 having to back up a little bit. Cody Ober still backing up. He's going to lose a lot of ground here. He cannot find his pit stall. So Cody Ober, big time trouble there. The 7 of Meidlum's going to win it off of pit road. The 4 of Seabrans following him. Les Levy coming out in 5th. Travis Elliott, James Mayer 3rd and 4th respectively. But Cody Ober, after an extended time trying to get into his pit box, finally rolls out, and the 23 of Gary Champion. We haven't talked about Champion a whole lot here tonight. This is his first race, but he is running a Cheetos 23 machine. We'll see what Gary has in store. I believe that Gary is just hanging back just a little bit, getting a feel for the drivers, for what's going on around him. And I know the 11 of Chase Berry, he is also hanging out a little bit. He is just waiting for the right time to strike in that 11 machine. So let's see if we can get a word in with our stage 1 winner, Josh Meidlum. Josh, you got your ears on, bud?
What's going on, man?
Oh, not a whole lot. How you doing out there tonight?
Pretty good, just trying to cruise up front here.
Well, so far it looks like it's going to plan. You won stage number 1. You're out front with a great pit stop once again. Is that 7 machine going to be able to pull off a second stage win?
Depends who's pushing me, I guess. Looks like I got 2, 3 good guys behind me, so depends on what types of moves they plan on making here.
All right, Josh. Well, man, that 7 machine looking very good out there. How's the driver's morale out there? Is everyone being friendly? Everyone being a little chit-chatty out there tonight?
Oh, yeah. Everybody's good, nice, calm, all chats all the time. So everything's going well right now in the race. Everybody's being friendly, so everything should go well for the remainder.
All right, Josh. Well, thank you for taking the time to talk to us. Before we let you go, any shout-outs or thank yous?
Yeah. I'm gonna give a shout out to Rick behind me for pushing me for this win. Just gonna give a shout out to the fuel team, to you, all the watchers out there, for our league owners here, Cody, Alex, and Rob. I think that's about it.
All right, Josh. Well, good luck to you, man. We look forward to talking to you here later on today.
All right, man. Thank you.
As Josh Milam, driver of Fuel Sim Racing, in that 7 machine, picking up stage 1 win. Lights are out on that Ford Buttstain. It looks like Josh Milam in the 7 moving in the outside lane, choosing that lane. Drivers starting to form up. We are going to go green flag racing once again. Stage 2 will end when they cross the start finish line for lap 50. Daniel Harrington in the 04, or I'm sorry, Mark Mann in the 04, Daniel Harrington in the 82. Those are 2 that we're going to keep an eye on. Harrington lost a lot of ground on the pit stop. Mark Mann gained a lot of ground on his. He is right there in that 04, 3rd car on the outside lane. Looks like Mark got a little bit of damage on his car, has not yet taken care of it. Travis Elliott in the 51 machine, 3rd car on that inside line. He's gonna take us on board for this restart as we get a good look at his ugly mug. But here we go. Pace car getting ready to peel off. We go on board for this restart with Elliott, and the green flag is out. We are back underway. They get up to speed. Got to get through the gearbox cleanly. Les Levy in the 62 pushing the 7 of Josh Milam. The 95 of Mayer pushing Rick Seabrans. The inside lane starting to charge through the corner here, but that back stretch is where the outside really comes to life. And here they come. Milam in the 7 has cleared Rick Seabrans, does not drop down. So Milam gonna stay to the high side here. Josh Milam gonna lead the first lap of stage number 2. Side by side through the corner they go. Rick Seabrans in the 4 trying to pull off a win. Josh Milam in the 7 in a very similar situation. Does not have a win that has locked him into the chase. He does have a good points buffer. Has a possibility of pointing into the chase if he does not have the win. But Josh Milam in the 7 would like to have the assurance of that race win to get himself into the chase. But Rick Seabrans in the 4, a must-win situation. James Mayer in the 95 on that inside line. Could be a factor in determining how stage 2 plays out here. We will have to see these guys hit pit road very possibly at the last second, especially between the 4 and the 7. If they stay out front this entire stage, they're going to be tight on fuel and will definitely have to hit pit road. No one behind them though may be able to stretch it and cross the start finish line to win a stage. and then run out of fuel and coast around. Has happened before. We have seen that. Milam in the 7. Clears Rick Seaburns once again down the backstretch, but does not pull down in front of him. Instead, he chooses to stay on that high side and work with Les Levy. We do have one car that has lost the lead draft. He is 1 lap down right now, in danger of going a 2nd lap down, and that is the 184 of Lynn McNeese. We saw Lynn get involved in that first caution. And now he is running all by himself, with the pack getting oh so bigger in his rear view mirror. Seaburns and Milam still battling for the race lead. Swapping at every chance they get. Josh Milam has been out front for 10 laps. He has led the most laps so far, as Lynn McNeese just going to drop down to the inside, getting out of the way. Smart move there, but unfortunately that is going to put him 2 laps down now. He is the only car scored down any number of laps. That is good news for him. But he still has a long way to go to get back on this lead lap and to get back into this race. Another lap completed, another time that these two have stayed side by side. Meanwhile, we got 4 cars here that have broken back away from this lead pack. That is the 15 of Alex Green, the 3 of Robert Payne, the 8 of Cody Ober, and the 23 of Gary Champion. They're all just kind of hanging out right here. As you can see, Gary Champion, no one behind him except for the 184 Lynn McNeese. These 4 are separated from the pack a little bit here, and Champion doing all he can for the moment to try and suck up to the 8. All right, Logan, you got it. We'll do it. Let's have a little crank it up. Big time problems at the front of the field as we see the 39 of Jacob Sayers involved, the 7 of Josh Milam getting involved, James Mayer in the 95 torn up. Big time problems here, and let's go to our Maxspeedtv replay. See exactly what happened here. Les Levy in the 62 leading the charge here. Josh Milam in the 7 gonna get turned. Wow, the 4, Rick Sebrin's doing a great job of holding on to it. Milam trying to save it, collects the 95. He's gonna go around. Jacob Sayers getting involved. Forrest Sparks looks like he is gonna come through cleanly here. Heavy contact with that inside wall by the 39. As we are going to go under yellow for our 3rd caution of the night. Drivers hitting pit road. Gary Champion into 23, one of those drivers. Les Levy staying out. He is not going to hit pit road this time. We have a good bit of drivers who have hit pit road. Alex Green in the 15, the first one to pull away. Scott Bellum in the 07, Travis Elliott in the 51, and the 3 of Robert Payne. These guys all break away from their pit stops here. But Les Levy, your race leader. We'll see if we can't get a race in, a word in with Les Levy in the 62 machine. Les, you got an ear on?
Hey, KR, how you guys doing up in the booth tonight?
Man, I'm doing just fine up here. How about you?
Well, it's bumpy, bumpy, bumpy. That's the word of the night.
Well, you know, we talked a little bit before the race about the 62 machine and how disappointed both of us were that we didn't get to show off your beautiful new paint scheme. Why don't you paint us a picture of what it's supposed to look like?
Well, you know, the boys at Craft Shake and Bake were motivated last week by the 2nd place finish, and particularly motivated KR by your interest in the Ricky Bobby Foundation for people that were challenged to go fast, and they decided to come on board because, you know, Shake and Bake is something that speeds you up, helps you make a meal real quick, and for those other challenges, it's just a lifesaver. Well, Les, that 62 machine still looks pretty sharp in that black and yellow scheme you got going on. And right now it's out front, so it's got to be feeling pretty good. 10-4 sure does, KR, and I'm sure I'll hear like hell from the boss about pulling off that vinyl. But maybe that's let me go a little faster tonight. Saving some weight. I like it. Yep, 10-4, buddy. All right, man. Well, before we let you go, any other shout-outs, thank yous you'd like to give? Yeah, well, you always want to thank Alex, Cody, and Robert and the boys, you guys up in the booth, and those guys back at home to build these fast cars for me. All right, that is the driver of the 62 machine, Les Levy, getting a quick word in with him. So, guys, we're going to step away for just a moment while we load up everything that we need to do and bring you the rest of this stage. No one go anywhere. We'll be right back after this.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As the lights have gone out on that Ford Mustang, time to get back to racing with just 7 laps left in stage number 2. We have some drivers who have hit pit road, some who have not. We'll see how this is going to play out. Les Levy in the 62 out front. Rick Seabrans in the 4. Going to start on his outside. Here we go. Ford Mustang pulling off. Les Levy waiting for the drop of the green flag, and we are underway once again to wrap up stage number 2. These drivers are going to go side by side as hard as they can. Things are about to pick up and get wild as we have just a handful of laps left in this stage. DEI wannabe teammates running all on the high side there, just off of your screen. We're gonna see how well these guys can work through the field. Maybe they teaming up as a group here will be able to get that 3rd lane working and have some DEI magic. They try and work their way to the front. Meanwhile, the 4 Rick Seabrans already in front of Les Levy. Ooh, little bit of contact there by Mark Mann and Travis Elliott in the 51, but they sort it out. Everyone keeps going, and Seabrans does not want to relinquish the lead here. He has been a front runner all race long. He is out front where he would like to be once again. That 4 machine up on the wheel here tonight as Elliott and Aspen Belvin gonna make that 3rd lane work for Sparks caught in the sucker hole. Nobody helping out the 16. Now Elliott and Belvin gonna drop down in front of him. Oh, big contact. Les Levy in the 62 going over. Daniel Harrington in the 82 going up and over. Heavy damage by those two. Robert Payne getting involved. Somebody smoking on the track. That is Chase Berry in the 11. Gary Champion in the 23. Looks like he slowed down enough. Maybe he got spun, but I don't know if he made contact with anyone there. But Daniel Harrington in the 82 went up and over, and he is already in his pit stall. We go to our Maxspeedtv replay. Back this up a little bit further. The 51 and the 84 with a great run on the outside there. Daniel Harrington trying to follow them. Forrest Sparks and Les Levy getting very close. It looks like Sparks in the 16 hooks the 62. Robert Payne goes spinning. Chase Berry in the 11 went spinning as well. We go on aboard with the 11 of Chase Perry. So another incident on the track, but drivers have hit pit road. Several drivers hitting pit road. In fact, everyone on pit road. Nobody's staying out this time. The 51 of Elliott gonna win off of pit road. Gary Champion in the 23 machine gonna come out second. Rick Seabrans coming out fourth. Mark Mann in the 04, despite all that damage, he's gonna come out in third place. And rounding out your top 5, Tristan Walker in the 17 machine. The pit stops made. Guys, we're gonna step away for a minute and we'll be right back to bring you the end of the stage. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the field is starting to form up once again, and it looks like Travis Elliott in the 51 is picking the inside lane. The 04 of Mark Mann gonna restart on his outside. Row number 2 will be made up of Rick Seaburns in the 4 and the 17 of Tristan Walker, and it is going to be a quick shootout, a one-lap shootout to the end of the stage. Who is going to win stage number 2? Josh Milam in the 7 picked up stage 1. He is going to be restarting all the way down in 15th place. Travis Elliott in the 51, Mark Mann in the 04. That is going to make up your row 1 for this one lap shootout. How's it going to play out? Here we go. Several drivers peeled off right before at the last second to get fuel, get tires, whatever they needed to do. Green flag is out. That outside lane only having 4 cars, but once they cross the start finish line, that is gonna change. Travis Elliott in the 51 with a good run here. He's got some help by the 4 Rick Seaburns, but Rick is wanting to win every bit of this race. He's not going to pull out just yet, but Rick in that 4 machine in a prime position to make a move. And here comes Lynn McNeese in the 184. So Lynn, the first one to pull out from the inside line. He is going to try and get a run on the outside here. No one there to help him push, and Lynn McNeese going to lose some ground. Now Rick Seaburns in the 4 thinking about moving up. No, he's going to stay tucked in behind the 51. They scramble a little bit behind Rick, but it's sorted for now. Here comes Travis Elliott to win stage number 2. As we do not go to caution just yet, so maybe they're going to do one or more laps. So, well, I wasn't prepared for that, but here we go. We are already into stage number 3 as I'm just now getting caught up on the notes from race control. So here we go. Travis Elliott in the 51. Leading this thing, but the 17 of Tristan Walker wanting a piece of it as well. Josh Milam has led for 12 laps. Milam all the way down into 14th place. But that 4 machine has been a contender all race long. He is still sitting there as a front runner. The 51 of Travis Elliott battling the 17 of Tristan Walker. Chase Berry in the 11. Berry has been in his fair share of mix-ups here tonight. Fortunately, that car still looking very clean, very sharp. Lynn McNeese in the 184. He was scored 2 laps down at one point in this race. He has found a way back on the lead lap. And right now, Lynn McNeese is sitting in 6th place. So a good recovery by him. We currently have 15 cars on the lead lap. Cody Eldred, last week's winner, he is the first car 1 lap down in that 14 machine. He has had to use a fast repair. as that car is looking nice and straight now, but he's soldiered through the first two stages with the damage that he had. Is able to keep it going now, as we see the 82 machine of Daniel Harrington, who is 6 laps down. Harrington staying out there, logging some laps, one car off and behind the wall. That is the 3 of Robert Payne. But up front, Chase Berry in that Lego 11 machine, running that high side. The 17 of Trishan Walker leading that inside lane. Barry and Lynn McNeese with a good run. Lynn gonna drop down to the inside. Barry gonna stay on the outside. And it looks like Rick Sebren's in the 4 getting shuffled back here. The 16 of Forrest Sparks, he's trying to find a way back to the front. Mark Mann in the 04 looking for his second win on the season. Down this Daytona backstretch they go. As you can see, the field work its way through. Mark Mann in the 04, trying to pull out all the stops here, as he is going to be the lead car on the inside line. But Chase Berry too strong through the tri-oval, and Berry is going to lead that lap. But Mark Mann in the 04, he is now the lead car on that inside line. And Chase Berry in the 11 having a moment there where he was blinking, but that 04 machine for now has a good bit of run. He's got some help from the 184 of Lynn McNeese. As we look out the back of the 04, as I mentioned, we have 15 cars on the lead lap. Cody Eldred and Jacob Sayers, they are scored 16th and 17th. They are in a battle for that first car, one lap down. And for the moment, that is belonging to the 14 of Cody Eldred, but Sayers is not too far behind him in that 39 machine. You can see Jacob right there in the middle of James Mayer and Aspen Belvin. And then the only car that is several laps down, that is Daniel Harrington in the 82. He is currently 6 laps down. Robert Payne in the 3 machine, he has gone behind the wall. It looks like he is done for the night. But the battle up front has been pretty stout between Chase Berry in the 11 and Mark Mann in the 04. Lynn McNeese in the 184 pushing Mark Mann. Forrest Sparks in the 16 pushing Chase Berry. We go on aboard with Sparks. And Sparks making a move on Berry here, down to the inside. And Forrest Sparks looks like he is going to be able to pull off the move and have the lead down the backstretch. That outside lane is going to be charging hard. Here comes Mark Mann. Mark going to move up in front of the outside lane. He's going to use some of that energy they had, and he is going to try and lead another lap. They work their way through 3 and 4 here. And Forrest Sparks in the 16 is going to lead that lap. So far, the most laps led here has been 12. That has been by Josh Milam. Rick Seabrans has led 11 laps. Mayer has led 9. We are working lap 60 of 100. And Mark Mann in the 04 holding top on the outside lane, but Forrest Sparks in the 16 machine with a full head of steam on the inside lane, gonna lead another lap as Lynn McNeese in the 184 pushing for all he is worth. Rick Seabrans in the 4 machine got shuffled back a little bit here. That's about the furthest back that 4 has been all race long. We'll see how well he handles that. See if he can find a way to figure out what to do here. As Mark Mann's getting abandoned, everyone going to the high side around him. Mark Mann in that sucker hole. He is going to lose a lot of ground. Looks like he is going to find a hole down on the bottom there, right in front of the 07 of Scott Bellum. And Forrest Sparks in the 16 still leading, this time without any challenge on his outside here. Meanwhile, the battle for the first car 1 lap down. That is the 14 of Cody Eldred, the 39 of Jacob Sayers. They're pretty much running door to door here. As we get a shot of the 14 and the 39 in that airborne graphics machine. We go on board with Jacob Sayers in the 39. You see the 14 just ahead of him. Les Levy in the 62. Staying on the inside here. Sayers looks like he is going to start working with the 14. Maybe those two team up, and Jacob pushes the 14 out front. They both end up on the lead lap, but at the tail end of the lead lap. That'd be crazy. Get their laps back the hard way here. Gonna be a lot of work for them because that front of the field very stout right now, as the 11 of Chase Berry has got the 51 of Travis Elliott pushing on him. And then it looks like Forrest Sparks in the 16 losing a little bit of ground here. They're going to make it up through the corner and onto the backstretch, but Chase Berry getting really close to the outside wall with a good run down the backstretch. Christian Walker in the 17, he's staying on that high side. And that outside lane really starting to build some momentum here. Gained a lot of drivers, a lot of momentum. But it looks like they're starting to scatter just a hair. Can't quite keep it together through the tri-oval. Here comes that inside line through 1 and 2. Bears slicing down to the inside there in the 95. door to door, side by side once again, and here comes Forrest Sparks in the 16. He is breaking away for a pit stop. Sparks the first one on pit road. He is pulled off and hit pit road. He is still going to have to make one more stop. This is not going to be the final stop of the race, but he is the first one to hit pit road here. When will everyone else come down pit road? As green flag pit stops have started. Chase Berry in the 11, Travis Elliott in the 51, as Berry's going to disappear for a moment. Now Berry's going to move down in the inside here. Several of these drivers starting to drop down onto the inside lane. I'll let you know they are getting ready to hit pit road. And Berry in the 11 machine staying out. He is going to lead another lap. Josh Milam pulling out of his pit stall. He is going to go a lap down. Cody Eldred, Jacob Sayers, they are still one lap down each and battling for that top spot. You can see the 14 has that covered for the moment. Forrest Sparks all by himself in that 16. He is looking for some drafting help, but he is not going to get it before the pack swallows him up. He is hoping that this stays green the rest of the way. Puff of smoke there, but I think that was just a car with some connection issues. Cody Eldred in the 14, he is all by himself in the outside lane. The 15 of Alex Green, the 8 of Cody Ober. They're at the tail end of this pack here. It sounds like Cody Ober trying to stretch his fuel, trying to get to his pit stall. Big hiccup by the 8. We got more drivers breaking away for pit road. Big pile coming down pit lane. Chase Berry in the 11, leading all the drivers. Rick Sebrans in the 4, able to get a good run there. Gained a few spots. Can he hit his pit box cleanly? 11 is in clean. Sebrans on the nose. Has to back up a little bit. That is going to cost him. Chase Berry pulling out the 07 of Scott Bellum. He's going to be the second one out as Sebrans does make a solid move here. And Rick Sebrans, first one off of pit road. Mark Mann in the 04 right behind him, and then the 07 of Scott Bellum. Some very fast pit stops by these guys up front. Now they got to form up and get up to speed as quick as they can. Where is this going to cycle for Sparks in the 16 machine? Right now, he is in 12th place, just in front of Cody Ober. And it looks like Forrest Sparks is really a big-time loser in this, as he is not going to be able to catch up to this lead pack as they start to form up. Tough break for Forrest Sparks, who had to hit pit road about 2 laps before everyone else. But he does have some help from the 8 of Cody Ober. Meanwhile, Sebrans in the 4. Scott Bellum in the 07. The 04 of Mark Mann. 3-car breakaway here. With Les Levy in the 62 trying to close the gap to him. Staying hard on the throttle. Cody Eldred is once again the first car 1 lap down. Gary Champion in the 23 machine. He is in a 16th spot. And he is hooked up with Chase Berry, and Champion trying to find a way around Cody Eldred in the 14 to become the first car 1 lap down. And he has done it for the moment. The Champion now our lead car for that 1 lap down lucky dog position. Meanwhile, our front runners have gone side by side, 2 by 2. And that has allowed Champion and Barry to close that gap very quickly. Is Gary Champion in the 23 going to try and get his lap back the hard way? He is now the second car on that outside lane. Mark Mann leading the inside lane with Les Levy on his outside. Rick Seabrans in the 4, trying to push for all he is worth. Seabrans keeping that car very clean and up front all race long. Got a little bit of damage on the right rear. But a great run that we got going here. We've seen these guys hit that green flag pit stop cycle, scatter the field, and then everyone bunching right back up. Aspen Belvin in the 84 machine. He's got some help from the 51 of Travis Elliott. And right behind Elliott is the 17 of Tristan Walker. We saw those two make some moves on the outer lane along with Aspen Belvin earlier in the race. But those 3 cars right now have lost the lead draft. They have got to form up. They have got to form a very tight, cohesive line and draft for all they are worth to catch up to this lead pack. As Mark Mann in the 04, he is leading these guys for the moment. Down this Daytona backstretch they go. Les Levy in the 62 with a bit of a run on the outside line. He is getting some help from Gary Champion in the 23. Champion in his first race with the OP Racing Super Speedway Series. And Champion gonna make a move to the outside, but he's gonna get into the outside wall. And that is gonna really dash his hopes for getting on the lead lap. Cody Eldred in the 14 now does become the first car 1 lap down. But Gary Champion, unfortunately, tagging the outside wall as he came up off the corner. Sparks are flying through these cars as someone was net coating just a little bit there. We stay green of flag racing as we go to lap 76 of 100. While we do that, I'd say we do a little crank it up. Because, well, it always is fun. Field working its way into turn number 1. Chase Berry leading the outside lane. Les Levy leading the inside lane. Mark Mann in the 04. The 95 of James Mayer. Those guys making up that second row for now. We see a few more drivers sparking out a little bit there. Everything settles down, but the 15 of Alex Green, he has made his way to the front of the field here. Was hoping to see him pull his teammates along with him. Cody Ober, Robert Payne. We talked about those three hooking up, but that was not meant to be. And Alex Green, for the moment, carrying the banner for the DEI wannabes as he is leading those teammates. Third car in that outside lane. Cody Eldred still holding on to, well, let me say that once again, the 7 machine of Josh Milam has now moved into the top spot for the free pass. The first car 1 lap down. Scott Bellum in the 07 machine, after having to burn a fast repair very early on, he is putting his name in the hat for this race win. He has got a sea of cars in front of him. As we go on aboard with Scott Bellum in the 07. Bellum tucked in behind the 4 Rick Sebrins. Jacob Sayers in the 39 machine has been battling the 14 of Cody Eldred for the top spot, but now he has got to try and figure out how to get around Eldred and Josh Milam. And Sayers going to move to the inside here. Daniel Harrington in the 82. He is still out there chugging along. He has scored an 18th place, 9 laps down now. However, the 19th place driver, Robert Payne in the 3 machine, documented him having an early exit here tonight. Only 1 car out of this race so far, and that is the 3 of Robert Payne. Otherwise, we are still running all the cars that we started here tonight. And with 19 laps to go, this race is drawn to a close quickly. Mark Mann in the 04, sitting in 2nd place on the inside line, peeking down kind of on that yellow line there. But the 62 of Les Levy holding firm on that inside line, as the 11 of Chase Berry is going to drop down in front of him and bring the 95 of James Mayer with him. So 2 new cars to that inside lane lead, as we're about 5 laps away from our final pit stops of the night. If anything can be learned, a lesson from the 16 of Forrest Sparks: do not pit too soon. He pitted all by himself. He had no help, and that 16 machine went from race leader all the way down to 12th place. So he is cycling around with the 8 of Cody Ober. As those two are well and truly behind by about 13 seconds. Meanwhile, Mark Mann up front, he is going to lead another lap. The 7 of Josh Milam, he is going to try and get his lap back the hard way. Chase Berry in the 11 machine, 3rd car now on the inside line. The 184 Lynn McNeese all by himself on the outside. Now Les Levy looking to the high side, but is going to pull right back down. As we're going to get 16 laps to go this time by. This race is drawing to a close. We will see one more pit stop. Mark Mann leading this very long train of cars. It looks like everyone has moved to the inside lane here. When will they hit pit road? How long will they stay out? Here comes 3, 4, big group of cars hitting pit road. Lockup by Chase Berry. Mark Mann gonna stay out. Les Levy stays out. Rick Sebring staying out. We got one spinning. That is Cody Ober. Caution flag is gonna fly as Cody Ober goes around. Cody Ober grabbed a gear, tires lit up, and it looks like he spun as he tried to exit pit road. Several drivers were on pit lane when that happened. We're gonna go to our Maxspeedtv replay. See what happened here to the 8 of Cody Ober. Looked like Cody just tried to get into gear, spun the tires, while we had several drivers on pit road. We're gonna see how this really shakes everything up. But Mark Mann is scored as your race leader. For Sparks in the 16, I believe he is going to get the free pass. But that is really going to hurt the guys that stayed out. That is going to benefit Chase Berry in the 11, who Chase won the race off of pit road. So when Mark Mann, Les Levy, Rick Sebring, and Scott Bellum all come down pit road to get service, Chase Berry in the 11 is going to inherit the lead. What a turn of events that this is. The 95 of Mayer staying out. He's going to try and stay on the lead lap here. He is trapped between the leader and the pace car. But Mark Mann hitting his pit box here. Overshoots it a little bit, quickly into reverse. That's going to cost him a little bit of time. Rick Sebring in the 4 machine lights the tires up, and he is away. So Sebring's going to be the first one off of pit road of this group. He spins the tires a little bit there as well. But Chase Berry in the 11 is now scored as the race leader. Alex Green is in second place. Josh Milam in the 7. Unfortunately, he is still going to be 1 lap down. Cody Ober in the 8 and the 95 of James Mayer are going to get the wave around, as this has just gone absolutely insane here. So Josh Milam, unfortunately, not going to be too happy with this. Cody Ober will be, as he spun brought out the yellow. Now, due to all that went down, he is going to be able to get back on the lead lap. Absolutely wild stage setup here for the finish. I don't even know where to begin. I'll tell you what, I'm going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back after this. Chase Berry in the 11 machine, choosing the outside lane here for our restart. The 15 Alex Green on the inside in that orange Home Depot machine. These drivers all know that it is time to get down and serious. It is crunch time. They are working their way down the back stretch. Aspen Belvin in the 84 machine, the 16 of Forrest Sparks. Forrest, big benefit there with that caution, as he was really struggling to gain ground. And then this caution came out right as he had made a pit stop. Because of that, he is now going to restart the second car in that outside lane. So a good bit of luck on his part, but sometimes you make your own luck. Cody Ober in the 8, getting the wave around, getting tucked in right behind James Mayer. Here we go. Green flag is out. Alex Green on the throttle, and Chase Berry in the 11 playing catch up. As Alex Green is out front now with a good run. It looks like he's got some help from the 51 of Travis Elliott. And Elliott pushing the 15. Chase Berry in the 11. Oh, Forrest Sparks almost got into the wall. He's going to make it 3 wide here as Aspen Belvin gonna push that back bumper, and Sparks doesn't have anyone going with him. He is gonna be able to tuck in here. Mark Mann in the 04 right behind him. Les Levy in the 62 there, and the 4 Rick Severins right underneath them. That's the 4th car on the inside line, right in behind the 17 of Tristan Walker. But Chase Berry in the 11 out front for now. Aspen Belvin in the 84 pushing for all he is worth. Belvin and Berry all part of JSI Motorsports, so they are teammates. Ooh, we got some big moves going on down the backstretch. Chase Berry staying in the high side. Aspen Belvin right on his back bumper. Gonna be 8 laps to go this time by. Can Chase Berry pick up his 2nd win of the season? Cody Eldred in the 14, the only 2-time winner of the season. One of those wins for Eldred comes with an asterisk. It was a race shortened event. Then he backed up saying, hey, you know what? I can win a full event too, as he did. 4 Sparks on the 16 machine to the inside. Alex Green in the 15. Can he push Sparks to the lead? Through the tri-oval they go, side by side. Rick Seaburn's in the 4. He is now the 3rd car on the inside lane. Seaburn's desperate for a win. Talked to him before the race. He said, I have to win. Watch what I do here tonight. I'm going to try and win this thing. So far, he is doing a great job. Been up in that lead pack all race long. 4 Sparks, another great recovery, this time using timing on his side. And 4 Sparks leading that inside lane, but just not having an answer for Aspen Belvin and Chase Berry. But he may not need to, as Aspen Belvin's gonna dive down to the inside of Chase Berry. Belvin looking for his 1st win of the season. And Aspen Belvin leads that inside line. Drivers work their way down the backstretch. The 51 machine of Travis Elliott working with the 11. Oh, 3 wide contact. Rick Seaburn's involved. The 17 going around. Les Levy in the 62 there. 184, Lynn McNeese trying to get through. Big time trouble for some very stout contenders for the race win. Go to our Maxspeedtv replay to figure out what happened here. The 17 trying to make it 3 wide. Les Levy in the 62, Rick Seaburn's in the 4. Not going anywhere. Lynn McNeese in the 184 getting a piece of that. The 7 of Josh Milam able to find a way through. Very close by the 7 of Josh Milam. '17 had a good run, stuck his nose in there, didn't quite have the room he needed as the doors closed on him. Lynn McNeese in the 184 collects to the back bumper of him. So Aspen Belvin in the 84 machine with 4 laps to go now is your race leader. I think we are going to see a 1-lap shootout. what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna step away for just a minute, catch my breath, and get ready for this one lap shootout. Nobody go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we're going to see if we can get a word in with our race leader. That is the 84 of Aspen Belvin. Aspen, got your ears on, bud?
Sure do. What's going on?
Oh, not a whole lot. How's your race going so far?
Pretty good, man. Kept the car clean all night long. Had some good stage finishes tonight. And now trying to get this win right here.
Well, it looks like very possibly we're going to go green flag racing with one lap shootout. As a driver, what do you feel it's going to take to hold on to this win?
Teamwork, really.
Speaking of teamwork, who are you looking for to have help you?
I just decided to take the high side, so I'm going to have my good buddy Travis. We run real well together, and hopefully he can push me to the front. I've also got Chase to my inside, which I know is going to race me real clean. So, I mean, I just want to see one of us get a win. That's all that matters to me.
All right, man. Well, that 84 machine out front. Hopefully, we'll talk to you here very shortly after this one lap shootout. So good luck to you, man.
Thank you.
That is Aspen Belvin in the 84. Choosing the outside lane for this restart. Here we go. Final lap, final time. Once the green flag drops, all bets are off. $15 cars on the lead lap. Any one of those 15 has a shot at winning it. Josh Milam, Gary Champion scored 16th, 17th. They are one lap down. Here we go. Everyone, how long can you hold your breath? The 4 Mark Man, he's ready to go. 4 Sparks in the 16. Can he have an upset win? Chase Berry in the 11. Aspen Belvin in the 84. The 51 of Travis Elliott. Here we go. Final lap, 1 lap shootout. The 17 machine of Tristan Walker looking to the outside here. Rick Sebrin's in the 4 trying to make it 3 wide. Meanwhile, the 51 and the 84 have hooked up. The 15 and the 8 have hooked up. Teammates, DEI want to be, oh, and the 51's going to give the 15 a shove into the wall. And the 84 of Aspen Belvin, he has got a little bit of a gap, but here comes a hard charge by the 11 of Chase Berry. Very close racing door to door. Aspen Belvin trying to side draft. He's going to pull away, gets a good shot from the 51. Aspen Belvin at the line is going to lose it, but he wins the race. Big stack up behind him. Cars are spinning. Everyone going every which way. And Aspen Belvin in the 84 manages to hold on for the race win. As we go to our Maxspeedtv replay, coming up off the corner, these drivers all started scattering. Cody over in the 8, the Travis Elliott in the 51. Good night. Cars scattering, going everywhere. James Mayer in the 95 found a way through. We go on aboard with Mayer. Mark Mann in the 04. He's going to bring it home in 7th place. We'll see it from his point of view here. So what a spectacular finish we had. As Aspen Belvin in the 84 only has reverse gear. The 11 of Chase Berry gonna finish in 2nd. Looks like maybe Chase Berry pushing the 84 machine, and 4 Sparks gonna bring it home in 3rd. We're gonna set up our post-race show. No one go anywhere. We'll be back with you momentarily. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we have caught up with our podium finishers and the 84 of Aspen Belvin making crop circles here on the infield. Aspen, tell us a little bit about your race.
Oh man, that finish was amazing. I mean, that was some close racing. Probably the best finish I've seen all year.
When you were coming to the front stretch there, seeing the checkered flag waving, knowing that these drivers were all scrambling back behind you, what was going through your mind, and what did you calculate your chances of being the one that pulled off the win?
Oh man, when I started drifting coming across the line, I thought my race was over. I thought I was gonna finish maybe fourth, fifth, something like that. But when I was getting pushed across the line, man, I wasn't even calculating anything. I was just staying full throttle.
Wide open you were, and man, it looked great. The 84 machine came across the line sideways, absolutely out of control, but you managed to hold on and win, picking up your first win of the season here. Nice job.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. It's going to go a long way, that's for sure.
Well, Aspen, before we let you go, any shout outs or thank yous?
Yeah, shout out to all the guys that threw on this league, Alex, Rob, Cody, all y'all. I can't thank y'all enough, man. We all enjoy being able to do this every Monday. Shout out to my teammates. We would not be able to get this win and these finishes if it wasn't for teamwork and all working together throughout the race. And also shout out to all my friends and everything watching.
All right, congratulations, Aspen, on picking up your first win of the season. Right, you know, I'll tell you what, good timing there, as it really helps lock yourself into the chase. You were pretty set on points, but this race win really cements it.
Oh yeah, it sure does.
All right, that is the driver of the 84 machine, your race winner here at Daytona 07, Aspen Belvin. Congratulations, Aspen, on getting the job done. Now it's time to move on to our second place finisher, and that is none other than the 11 of Chase Berry. Chase, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good, man. How about you, man?
Oh man, I'll tell you what, I got to watch an awesome race here tonight. 100 laps at Daytona with spectacular side-by-side racing all the way, a one-lap shootout, and then I get to talk to you. What more could I want from today?
A beer. One of the Vega's Mexican beers would be very nice.
Ooh, you know what? I'd go for that. Well, Chase, you bring it home in second place here tonight. You led the most laps of anyone here at 20, falling just one place short of a win. Overall, though, a great race. Tell us a little bit about what was going on out there with you.
Well, started at the back, was just trying to relax, have fun, then end up getting caught in a wreck. Coming off of 4, I guess, whenever the guys, I went low, and then I just got hit in the right rear, and I had to use a fast pair. So I was like, you know what? Let's just go for it. It is what happens. It is what it is, man. We wreck, we don't. Man, it was just doing that, and just cars worked out. We all decided to pit on 85, come down the pit road. As soon as we hit the pit road, man, the caution came out, and it just lucked us up and put us all, cycled us to the front, and we were just, then it was on like Donkey Kong, kind of, try to get one of us to win it, and, Aspen got it.
Well, good job there. Great timing, great strategy call. Even though you had no idea that it was so great, it really played into y'all's hands. A nice job on that one.
Oh, yeah. Well, thank you. That was all Aspen, man. Aspen said, hey, 85. I'm giving him credit where credit's due. He said 85, so stuck to our guns and went for it.
Well, look good, man. Nice job. Before we let you go, any other shout outs, thank yous you'd like to give?
Yeah, thanks Travis, Jacob, Christian, Aspen. Those guys we worked really good together. We just trying to, set the tone. Just try to stay out front, enjoy it, at least work together, at least get one of us win. We brought it home 1-2. And yeah, and then also thank, my sponsor. I don't know if, Lego, I don't know what was on there or whatever, but KB's All Around Shop. Y'all go check her out on Facebook. Give her a holler. I mean, not too much, that's my sister, but you know what I mean.
Is she cute?
She looks like me.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh. That's tough. All right, Chase. Well, man, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us. I appreciate it. And, man, as always, we look forward to seeing you next week.
All right, man. Have fun, man. You did a good job tonight.
All right, Chase Berry, driver of the 11 machine, bringing it home in second place. And now it is time to talk to what I am quickly believing is somebody who can make miracles happen. He's got iRacing hacks galore. The 16 of Forrest Sparks finds a way once again to put this car on the podium. Forrest, how have you done this 2 weeks in a row?
You know, this week, I don't know. Last week, I just stayed out of trouble. This week, I ended up in a couple incidents, so I was kind of amazed that I was able to keep it on this one. The biggest thing was that last pit stop. Cody Ober and I both fell way back. I think we were about 18 seconds back. We took a gamble pit before everybody else, and it paid off because right as we were coming out of the pits, the caution came out. I was able to get away. He wasn't, unfortunately.
Well, at 16, really benefited from that caution. As you mentioned, you were way behind as you had made a lone pit stop, pitted by yourself, first car on pit road, and it really didn't work out for you, but you still have found a way to finish in third here tonight. Tell us a little bit about what was going through your mind when that happened.
What is this rated? PG-13? I'll keep it PG. It was just kind of a what in the world just happened moment. I was amazed.
Well, nice job, man. You bring the car home in third place. Any shout outs, thank yous you'd like to give?
Alex and both Codys, because they gave me some pushes throughout the race. I don't know who else gave me pushes throughout. I just know those two because their cars stood out from racing with them for so much. Especially Cody over there at the end, because he was right behind me when I took that sudden move to the middle. And he apparently was right there to help give me a little bit of a push. So he helped me get the third there.
Well, nice job and congratulations, Forrest. We look forward to seeing what kind of miracles you can pull off next week.
Hopefully a win.
Hopefully a win, he says. Well, I'll tell you what, you keep playing this strategy game and making this stuff work, and you'll find a way to pull off a win here before too much longer. So good luck to you next week, man.
All right, thank you.
As Forrest Sparks, driver of the 16 machine, getting it done, finishing in the final step of the podium here tonight. So what a wild race we had. What a wild finish. They crossed the start finish line crashing, and smoke and fire and flames and heavy metal flying everywhere. It was a great time. What a great race it was. Nothing left but to go through our results. Aspen Belvin in the 84 machine picking up his race win. First race win of the season. Chase Berry bringing it home in second, and Forrest Sparks in third place. Cody Ober ending up in fourth, and in fifth place is none other than Travis Elliott. Sixth going to Scott Bellum. Seventh, Mark Mann. Cody Eldred in the 14 machine is in eighth. Ninth, James Mayer. 10th, Rick Seabrans. In 11th will be the 17 of Tristan Walker. Alex Green in the 15 machine will be 12th. 13th going to Jacob Sayers. 14th, Lynn McNeese. And rounding out in the top 15 will be the 62 of Les Levy. 16th, Josh Milam. 17th, Gary Champion. Daniel Harrington will be in 18th. 19th, Robert Payne. And Mark Vega, who was our race control for tonight, will be scored 20th, even though he didn't do a lap. That lazy bum. I'll tell you what, guys, thank you so much for joining me. And on behalf of Maxspeedtv and myself, thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget, if you would like to join these boys here on Monday night, you need to drive through the feeder series. They run the trucks on Wednesday night. You can find that under the iRacing League tabs as the OP Racing Super Speedway feeder series. Hit them up, check it out. I'd love to see you here on Monday night. So guys, thank you for joining me. Don't forget, tomorrow night, the Racing for a Cause Vapor Trail Clothing Series will be at Texas Motor Speedway. I hope to see you there for that one. Until then, have a good night and enjoy this fun little clip put together by Derek Conley, driver in the OP Racing Super Speedway Series.
Warning, the following stunts are performed by idiots or under the supervision of stupider idiots. If you attempt to reenact any of these idiotic stunts you will see, you will be left with idiotic scars. Enjoy.
Hi, I'm Alex Green. Welcome to OP Racing.